Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today I have a little makeover that I have done. But before I get into all that, I would like to take a second to thank those that have subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much. I so appreciate you guys. Well, so let me begin by saying that yesterday I needed a project to do. I have two birds, had a male and a female bird, and my male bird passed away the night before yesterday. So yesterday was pretty rough. Of course, when he passed, it was rough, and yesterday I was just very depressed, and seeing my female bird also without her mate has been pretty painful. She definitely um, was acting very different. She seemed to be a little bit more clingy to me. When I would leave the room, she would call to me. She was definitely calling out for him. She was intently looking for him. She would go in her cage, like she would go into the entrance of her cage, and she would just look all around like, where are you? Are you in here? And she would fly to my bedroom door, like on and perch on top of the door when it was open, and she'd look out of my bedroom, out of the doorway, like, where are you? Are you out there? And we tried to show her the body because the internet says that um, they need to see the body. That way they could go into mourning. So we had put him, he was first in the cage, and we knew what was happening, and he was losing strength, and we had a box attached to the cage where they can access it from inside the cage, but it was like on the outside, and he was trying to get in there because he could barely stay upright on his perch. So we kind of helped him in the box, and I prayed that the Lord would take him pretty quickly and not let him suffer, and he did go pretty quickly. And so we tried to show her the body, but she was freaking out with the box. Um, so I don't know if she understands that he passed away or what, but I did look on the internet, and it said that they would call out to their mate and stuff. So, I mean, basically, she was definitely acting like what I read on the internet. She seemed very restless, and even she didn't want to go in her cage that much. And she barely ate yesterday. And last night she would not go in her cage to sleep. Like, I let my birds out. I would let them out every day, and at night they go in the cage, and I would close them in the cage. That way they're safe. You know, if they get spooked at night and they start flying around in the dark, they could get hurt. So I like them in the cage when they're sleeping, but I like to let them out when they're not in the cage, because I don't like the idea of birds being cage bound. I mean, they do have wings and stuff, you know. It's not like they're all over the place. When you let a bird out, they basically get used to where you put them. They might circle the room a couple of times, but they're not like flying everywhere. But they do like being out of their cage. Anyway, so she would not go in the cage, and she just seemed like she wanted to be close to me, because I have a swing that's kind of near my bed. So she just seemed like she wanted to be near me. And um, so, but, um, so it's been hard not only losing him, but just like seeing how she has been heartbroken and, grieving, and it's been hard for her. So that has been hard to watch. But anyway, so I needed a project to do. Like, I am in the middle of reborning a doll, but I wasn't in the mood to paint. I didn't want to dress a doll. Like, I needed a project. So I went into my doll room and I took this little guy out. And this little guy was a full body silicone baby. And it's one of the cheap babies that you would probably an Avita brand. You would probably find them on Amazon or eBay. But the bodies of these are just not the best. Um, and I found this little guy in a yard sale for $35. So this is not the first time that I have chopped up a full body silicone. When I am not fond of the bodies, I rather have them as a cuddle baby, because like the little arms won't raise up very far. So they're just very, I don't know, and I'm not knocking anybody that has these dolls. I mean, they're fine, but like for me, I don't necessarily care for the body of these dolls. So this is actually the second the second silicone that I convert to a cuddle baby. And I thought about, because a long time ago when I did it with my first one, I had a request for to, convert one of these on a video. And I thought about it, but I was just not, I was just feeling very down and depressed. And I, basically just hung out as well with my female bird, making sure she was okay, watching her, making sure, she was gonna eat and stuff like that, just making sure she was okay. But I will tell you, I will show you what I used to chop this doll up. This is not a real baby, just in case. I don't know, on the internet you think something's obvious, but it might not be. This is a silicone doll, a full body silicone doll that I converted to a cuddle baby, put it on a cuddle body. So I used this big knife, and basically I just, cut like that. You would do this, on the surface. So you would just kind of press down hard and cut. And as you can see, I kind of went into the shoulder. So inside that body, it has this part, like the shoulder part as well. And so, and basically, you put the doll down and you figure out where you want to cut it, and then you just cut. And you do that for also the legs, and you just cut, and then you have your pieces out. And then after you cut, the body looks like this. And this body was actually a cuddle body with hands and feet, and I cut those off. I didn't want to spend any money. This was just a cheap silicone doll that I got at a very good price, so I just didn't even want to spend money to get another body. And I needed a project to do yesterday, so I just took this cuddle body And like I said, I cut the feet off and the hands, and I sewed, show you right here. Whoops. I sewed right here a seam so the cable ties could go through, and I did that for the arms as well. And then I took my limbs and before I did that, so the legs are mostly glass beads, and then I do have a little bit of stuffing so the glass beads don't rub against the silicone. The same, mostly glass beads with a little bit of stuffing so it doesn't rub. And the same with the arms. And it's a she. It was a boy, but I wanted to make it a girl because I thought her little bald head would be adorable with a bow, with, you know, bows and things like that. And I also popped out the eyes. It had these eyes, and I put these, I don't even know what color that is, maybe like a gray. I think those are like a gray, and it made her little eyes look bigger. She actually looks like she's startled or scared, but I think she's super cute. Another thing about these dolls, they're very sticky because they are barely minimally painted, first of all, and they're not very, they're not sealed, and so they're just always sticky. I just powdered her, but it doesn't matter how much you powder them, they will be so sticky. But I'm going to hold her up. You guys could see. Oh, so that is what her little body looks like now. But I love her this way, even though she's one of these cheap little dolls. I just love that she is super cuddly. She loves to suck on her thumb. I couldn't do that when she was on this body because the arms don't, they just don't have that posability on these bodies. But on the cuddle body, she's nice and heavy. She's cuddly. She's super adorable. So I thought that I would put her on this outfit, this little flowery onesie. It is a peach color with different color flowers, some peach pants, and a little bow so you guys can see how adorable she is. And we will be right back after I have her dressed. And we are back, and here she is. Look how adorable she is. She is so super cute. She's cuddly. I love that she's super posable. I love to see her little feet and hands, and I think she's super cute. I'm glad that I gave her a makeover. Definitely so much more fun. Like I said, she was a boy because that body is, this is an anatomically correct doll, so it has the boy parts. But since she is a cuddle baby with a cloth body, she could be a boy or a girl. And I definitely, like I said, wanted to make her a girl. And I want to see that little bald head with bows and adorable hats, girly hats. So anyway, this is my video for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.